Hello, I'm Trent, aka oTrademark here, and this is episode 10 of my Noob to Pro series. So, if you guys have been following along and you got your transition team and you incubated, remember, you open during the luck events, you farm yen during the damage events, and in between, on the weekdays, you should be incubating. So I have my first 3 units out of the incubator at max level. It took me the time event, maybe like 2.5 weeks to actually get them to max level. Depending on if you have like how much you boost them up prior to incubating, it might take you less than that, maybe a little bit more if you don't have the XP pass and whatnot. But the point is, now that there is the incubators plus the time chamber, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to get numerous, at least 3 max level units within a month. So here we have our first 3 max level units. Now we still need to roll our passive on this guy right here, and after you reach max level on some, then you can start doing some more. So you can see here I have others, they're actually incubating. I have some more. Like, you should always have your incubators and your limit break machine running at all times, no matter what you're doing. Even though this is a damage event and I want my strongest units out, my like other units that are strong but they're not max level, I'm still using this time to incubate. It's still worth it to me to keep them in the incubator. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take these 3 and we're going to add some leader units basically to this team as well. So we'll equip these, and so we have our 5 plus the 3, and this is basically going to be my damage team for the damage event. Okay, I'm just going to do a DPS test here, and then I'm going to go roll my passive plus boost. I'm not even sure if I actually boosted the talents on some of these units, so I'll have to go check if their talents are maxed and roll some passives on them. But this is basically the point in the game where we're now going to start looking for really good passives, as well as start looking for multiple divine fighters so that we can limit break some divines. Let's go ahead. So we got 179E on our DPS test there. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and unequip all here. We're going to roll our passive on these units. So this guy, even though he's got ace, which is great, I do want to re-roll this this tac 2 here. It's not good enough. If we got double ace again, that would be a real feel bad moment. But let's just go ahead and roll. I'm hoping for something, obviously like tac 3 would be an incredible roll, but even something like, I would take tank or giant. Man, it's really making me nervous with these ace rolls here, getting so close to ace. Also, I mean, any of the mythical passes would probably be okay. Well, aside from like lucky or leader, but yeah, we're just looking for anything basically strong 3 or better. Ooh, that right there. Give me that. Give me that. Okay. Well, not this time. We do have plenty of shards. I'm trying to remember if I have another Prodigist that I need to roll for. Oh, that would have been awesome. So strong 3 is actually just fine. I'm going to keep it on strong 3. Yeah, so we have this other Prodigist Knight, which is incubating. So, and it's already limit broken as well. So I will need some of these shards. So I'm just going to keep it on strong 3. That should be plenty strong enough. And then we have this Yuka, which I'm really excited for. Let's see what we can get on the Yugi. Hopefully, we can get something a little bit stronger. Even though Ghost is pretty good, it ends up being only around blessing depending on which unit you actually have it on. And technically, ooh, okay. Well, I would like to get better than this, but I'm actually just gonna stop here. A lot of times people just get too greedy with their rolls. 15 shards per roll is very expensive. I'm gonna go through these very quickly, and so I don't actually have this guy or this Abby limit broken, so I can't roll a secondary passive on him. But I'm just gonna keep it here. What is that? World of Games? Let me see if I have anything else I actually need to roll here. Looks like I don't. So maybe I can be a little bit greedy here and go for a little bit better pass. So let's do that. Strong 3, for the most part, you guys, if you get Strong 3, you probably should be staying, okay? Unless you're like a really far endgame player, Strong 3 is an amazing passive. I usually would not roll off of that if you're a new to mid-game player. Unless, like I said, the situation like this where World of Games is a previous world, I'm probably not going to go back there and roll a lot on it. God was teasing me there for a second, but I'm probably not going to go back. So I can pretty much use up these in all of these shards, and it's not tons of rolls. I think it was like 20 something worth of rolls in shards. But hopefully on average, since this account does have the 2x luck on game passes, hopefully 20 something passive rerolls is enough to get something better than Strong 3. So there we go. We got Tank. This is where it gets really awkward because Tank is actually matched really well with Ghost. The reason being because Ghost counteracts the negative move speed on Tank. So even though I have this negative move speed, he's actually super fast. You'll notice because of the Ghost passive. So it doesn't even matter that I have the negative move speed with Tank. You'll notice as soon as I attack, look how fast he is. Doesn't even matter. So I'm just going to keep it there. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good Limitless combo, I guess you could say. And we're actually, we're actually going to go to Destiny Island. Just make sure that all of these talents are maxed out. I can't remember if I maxed them out already or not, but we'll just go ahead and verify these are all maxed out. Good thing we checked. So we have a ton of boosts that we're going to get here. So I'm actually not going to max the move speed. Well, I have the secret fruit. So let's go ahead and max everything. Typically I wouldn't, but especially because it has Ghostly, so it's not going to be that big of an improvement, but why not? And let's check our other units in here as well and make sure that they are, let's make sure they are maxed as well. Okay, so that guy's maxed. And this one isn't limitless yet, so we can't really do that. We can take a look here. Okay, so Gilgamesh is maxed. Endeavor is not maxed. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to max that Endeavor, just because it's an older world. So if I wanted to limit break him, I'd have to open a lot in the earlier worlds, and I don't really want to do that. Because we have a Kaido, because we have a Gilgamesh, a good world for us to open in for the next WoW would be like Orca, right? Orca would be a great place to kind of open because we could get both Kaido or Gilgamesh there. So this is what I wanted to talk about next. So now that we have our 3 units here, we have the new passes on them. Let's go ahead and actually just equip our damage event team. And let's go retest that same exact DPS test and see what we get now. Okay, so there we go. So we got up to 240 E on our DPS test with only our 3 units there. That looks pretty good to me. So also I want to show you guys, I'm just going to equip my best fighters here. So this is my top 8 strongest fighters. And I'm just going to show you guys what a DPS test is going to do with my top 8 fighters. Okay, so you'll notice that when I equip best, my DPS test loses almost 80 E. I lose almost a third of my damage by basically equipping best rather than using my leader units. And so a lot of people get this, they have this misunderstanding on like which they should just always use this equip best button. But the truth is that if the majority of your damage is coming from levels, and so if you only have like 1 to 3 units which are actually max level like I do, and everything else is a significantly lower level, it's much better damage wise for me to just put on the rest of the units as leader 3 units. Okay, the only time that it would be more beneficial to actually use like a full 8 team of DPS carries is if all of them were all max level, they were all limitless, they're all very similar like kind of damage values, in which case leader might be a little bit less value here. That being said, if you can actually get mythical or secret leaders that you turn limitless and then you get them to like leader 5 or leader 6, well then now you have an even trickier kind of question. But the point is, you can basically just do a DPS test for yourself with some leader units and kind of unequip or re-equip different amounts of your carries to see what your ideal DPS sweet spot is for your particular team, to see how many leaders you should actually be using. But for me, obviously it's going to be the 3, because I have 3 that are just way ahead of all my other units. And so we just do the 3 plus 5 here. Okay, well, I already did this, but apparently I was not recording, even though I thought I was, so I'm going to do this again. Essentially what I'm doing here is I am playing on 2 of my accounts. You don't have to do this. You can do this with a friend. You can do this, as a group. If you do it as a group, I would suggest using like 4 to 8 players that are around your same strength. Or you can, if you do have 2 accounts, you can still basically run this as 2 accounts. What I would suggest is your alt account basically goes and attacks the boss, while your main account is going to basically clear out the side mobs, because your alt is going to need more time basically to go around the side mob, or I'm sorry, to attack the main mob, the main boss, so it gets yen. But the main reason I actually wanted to showcase this is to show you guys how much yen you can actually earn per run by utilizing this method. It really, you could do the exact same thing by playing in a group, earn probably even more yen if you could get to unlock a higher breakpoint or rest area. The main reason I want to show you guys this is because a lot of players ask me, how do you get so much yen? And yen is actually not very difficult to obtain once you have max level fighters. So again, go back and watch the other videos. The key is that you're farming yen during damage events, you're opening during luck events or time events, and then you're incubating in between there. As long as you're incubating and using the time chamber efficiently, you should already have multiple max level units. Even if you're free to play, it's really not that hard to get max level units in the current meta. And then using those max level units, we basically farm a whole bunch of yen here. So you can see my Noob to Pro account, it only has these 3 max level fighters, 2 Limitless, and then this shiny secret Abbey. And then the rest of them are just leader 3 units. And that is plenty to farm tons and tons of yen. And we'll just let this roll out. Okay, and so there you go. You see my alt account did 133Z damage with 1.15 Y yen earned, and that's actually I forgot to yen swap on the later ones. My previous run I got like 1.2 something Y yen, and then my main account did 394Z damage with 2.35 Y yen earned. So my alt account is up to about 750 hours, right? All of this Y, the yens that we're earning, I mean, we only have 4.5 Y yen earned. Like the vast majority of the yen we're earning is being earned right here. And again, this is my whole point, is that whenever I'm asked this question, how do you get so much yen? It's all about having max level fighters. Okay, it's just insane how much yen earning potential you can have with a few max level units. So what does this mean to you guys? Basically, no matter how long you've played the game, if you're incubating and using the time chamber effectively, you should be able to get a few max level units. This account is pretty much what I would consider like pro level. Like, yes, it still has a ways to go before it catches up, if it could ever catch up to my main account. Probably not, just because of my main account is constantly, spending things on passive rerolls and everything. Once you get to the very end game, it's hard to make upgrades. Whereas with my alt account, there's so much to do with my alt account here. I'm basically just reaching the end game stage at this point. I have a few end game units. Well, not even really end game units, but I have a few good units that are max level. And they're going to farm enough yen and enough multi-open tokens for me to start farming the endgame units that I need, to start farming enough of the, you know, all of the items that I need to actually transition into the late game stage is basically just improving these, right? So like Yuka's good enough that he could be late game, but Prodigious Knight, eventually I'm gonna have to replace him. He's a bit outdated as far as which world he's from. And so eventually I'm gonna kind of start swapping these out and hopefully get an you know, some more divines so that I can actually limit break a divine. But this account is pretty much you know, end game. So the Noob to Pro series, it's not done. I'm gonna do maybe 1 to 3 episodes tops left of this Noob to Pro series. But yeah, I mean, this is the process, guys. You know, it honestly, it wasn't that much active play. It was just a lot of AFK. You know, it's just literally your AFK farming, your AFK opening, you know, and then you're playing during the events. And it's not that. As long as you're utilizing your incubators and your time chamber correctly, you can get an account that's this strong pretty easily within a month, you know, no problem. Even if you're free to play, every single thing that I've talked about on this account is applicable to a free to play player. It just takes longer, right? You're time gated. You're not gated in the things that you can obtain. It just takes more time to actually get them. Yeah, I mean, that's it for me, guys. If you have any questions, you're welcome to leave a question for me in the comments below, or you can join the Discord server, discord.gg/oTrademark. You know, message me there if you have questions about the Noob to Pro series. And yeah, this is essentially it. So I'll do a couple more videos on the series, and then as soon as I consider the account like pro level, which is getting pretty close to that, then we can kind of move on from this account. And I'll just basically use this kind of as an alt account to farm fruits. And also it's good to have them if you want to pull alts into massive raids and things to farm raid shards. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it for me. Malo Alpito. Thanks for watching, and peace. I'm out of here.